Everybody, welcome back to the Flick and Roll. It is just me and Osiris today because the time right now is currently 6 a.m. my time and 4 a.m. Osiris's time. So
Oh
Jonathan
yeah,
is fast asleep.
smart,
I've
smart
been
of
awake
him.
since 11 p.m. Anyways, we're just doing this to do a little mini episode because we wanted to record something, which we'll get to. So today we'll just be doing a little spiel on the May releases that are about to come out, and then our usual stuff at the end. But yeah, Osiris, how are you? It's been a while, a little bit.
Yeah, it's been a bit. I'm doing well.
You got school, your finals coming up. Good luck, brother.
Yes, I'm almost over that difficulty little hump, so I'm excited to be done.
So yeah, thanks for making time. Let's have a little break from your studies to talk about some movies. This episode will be out on the 8th. So today is Friday the 8th. Let's pretend. And that means Mortal Kombat and Sheep Detectives are out today.
Yeah.
Of the two, which one are you looking more forward to?
um, Before this, probably this week or before maybe 10 days ago, definitely Mortal Kombat. But Sheep Detectives, man, it's it's gonna be life changing. I've heard.
All right, we'll do that second. We'll talk about Mortal Kombat first. Did you watch the one that came out like
I
4-ish
did.
years
I
ago?
watched it. Um, I watched it, I think, under ideal conditions. I watched it with a group
What
of
does that
friends
mean? Oh,
and
okay.
not super paying attention, but also
I see what you're saying.
just there to have fun type of thing.
Yeah, it's not bad. Well, it's not great, but it's not like a terrible movie. It's like, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, I think the way I kind of see it is especially seeing how much more fun it seems the Street Fighter trailer is having
Yeah,
with it comparatively. I think the more I look back on it, they kind of miss the mark. I
yeah. I
think
think the first one
especially
is
in
like,
set design.
yeah, the first one is like, it looks camp, but none of the actors and none of the story is trying to be camp.
Yeah,
It's trying to be a little too serious, which I don't think will work for that kind of movie. But I think this new one is a little more like, we know what this is,
yeah, I think they're
because at
leaning
least it's
into it
like
more.
Carl Urban is clearly being like a caricature of Johnny Cage. Do you think he's a good casting for him?
When they announced it, I thought that was the dumbest thing.
I
But
like Carl Urban.
I
I
do
I don't
too.
think he's a great Johnny Cage actor, or choice for it. Because I think, I mean, not that he's like not handsome enough, and I think he can do the action well, and I think he can act well. I just think like Johnny Cage kind of has to be a little bit more douchebag and
Yeah.
conventional good looking. Um,
Yeah, I think he's supposed to be that kind of
yeah.
Cody Rhodes pretty boy that they got on Street Fighter.
But if it's decent, I hope it's decent.
Yeah, I
We'll
mean,
see.
I hope the effects are serviceable and I hope the fights have some cool moments. That's really all I can ask for.
And it better be rated R and like properly
Yeah.
gory and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, well we'll see. It screams a 6 out of 10 at most.
Yeah, I like that. That's very apt.
So the expectations are low, so we can only go up, I guess, or we can go far lower.
Imagine
Anyways,
it's
Sheep
great.
Detectives. So yeah, what happened in the last week/10 days to make you excited for this
um
movie?
all the reviews I saw, I watched the trailer, actually paid attention to it and noticed all the voice actors and
Yeah,
actor Hugh Jackman. I love Hugh Jackman. Love Christopher Miller. And
yeah, I didn't even know he was part of it, but I
he
guess
got
he
to
tweeted
work
stuff
on
about
it.
it. Yeah, I when I first saw it, can't even remember what movie the trailer appeared before, but I was like, the jokes aren't terrible, but like,
I think
who is
you texted that that first time that you saw the trailer, right? Or
probably?
was
I
it?
was just like, or I don't know. I think either I saw the trailer and then there was a tweet, or when we talked about it in one of the previous episodes, I was like, "Really, Jonathan? You think this is gonna be good?" Hey, I guess I might be proven way wrong, but I was gonna say like they don't really make those kind of movies where they get like real animals. I don't even know if the sheep are real, but real animals, and then they make
realistic
their mouth
looking.
they make
Yeah.
their mouths move and then just
Yeah.
insert voices. Like it's been a long time since I've seen a movie
Real
like that.
Charlotte's Web-esque.
Yeah, Charlotte's Web or Babe. Um,
Yeah. All big
and so
movies.
so I was just like, are we really doing this still? And the joke, like I said, the jokes in the trailer weren't like the worst, but I was like, this is clearly like a bunch of actors doing this for money. But
Yeah.
apparently it's good. Apparently it was at 94 on Rotten Tomatoes. We just checked right before this. It's at 97 for all for all the early critic screenings. So who knows? Maybe it's amazing. Uh,
I I have no clue what to even expect it to like.
I know. So
Like,
if
what could you
it's
possibly do to deserve that rating?
so if it's that high, okay.
Is this
Think
movie gonna
think
make me cry?
maybe. Okay, so thinking that it's like a who done it where so it's a mystery. Maybe like the twist or like the uncovering of the story is like really good, like Knives
Yeah.
Out esque. So maybe that's a part of it. Maybe the jokes are just incredible. Maybe this is Hugh Jackman's greatest ever performance. I don't know, but
Could
if
be.
it's fun, at the bare minimum, it's gonna be fun. Hopefully, so
Yes.
I don't think I'll not enjoy it unless like I go into it and I'm like, this is way overrated. Blah blah blah. Blah. I don't really like going into movies like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, that should be fun. If Jonathan were here, he could probably say more, but that guy is. Um, all right, next, a complete opposite of the Sheep Detectives. There's that horror movie I was talking about in the last episode
Yeah.
about the guy that makes a wish that this girl. I forgot how he says it in the trailer, but he's just like that this girl becomes obsessed with me, or like that she loves me more than anyone else in the world, and then she goes crazy. Did you see a trailer for it at all yet?
No,
Or
I forgot to look at the trailer. I read a bit about it.
but yeah, the early reviews for that one seem pretty good too, and apparently it'll be like one of the top releases horror wise this year. I
Oh,
heard the girl, the actress who like plays the girl that goes crazy, is quite good in it. So we'll see. I'm not a huge horror fan, but if something is considered to be good horror wise, I still try to check it out. I've been disappointed sometimes. Midsommar, Hereditary.
some more.
But
Oh, I
other
forgot
times
you're
I've
not
enjoyed
into
it.
Hereditary.
Other times I've enjoyed it, like Weapons. What else have I liked? I personally like Long Legs, but that's besides the point. Yeah, hopefully this one's good. Are you a horror guy?
Not really. I think most of it sucks. But
Yeah,
I that being said, I am very like open
yeah,
and like very jubilant when I find something that doesn't suck.
yeah. Who knows? Maybe if this one's a little bit more thriller, it'll be a little bit more engaging than just schlock jump scares and gore and whatever.
Yeah.
Um, but I'll stick with the horror theme, even though it's not in order chronologically of May. But were you somebody that watched the Backroom stuff on YouTube when it was coming out, however many
I
years ago
did.
that was?
I had a certain group of friends that were very into like that kind of
Yeah.
creepypasta, like horror
I maybe checked that
side
one,
of the
and I was
internet.
like, I get it.
Yeah, I don't think I watched them all.
Like, I didn't get into the lore. I didn't get into,
Yeah,
yeah, like the whole
same here.
series. But I was like, this is pretty cool that this guy came up with this all on his own, and now he's doing a big budget film of his idea. So good for him. I don't remember his name. I'll look it up right now.
Yeah, I think I remember kind of because it was in like what I would consider the peak of like people realizing that you can really put like time and effort into something on
YouTube.
YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was cool to see at the very least. I wasn't as into it as other people,
Yeah.
but I'm just excited for that aspect.
Kane Parsons. That's his
That's right.
name. And also the cast is cool. Chiwetel Ejiofor and anything he's in, he's always like a compelling guy. And
Yeah.
then it's cool to see Renate Reinsve in something. Oh, what? Avon Jogia is in it. Beck from Victoria's is in it.
Oh, really?
I guess he's
That's
listed in the
crazy.
cast. But yeah, I hope it's interesting and good. For that guy's sake, the guy who created it, like
Yeah.
for him
I
to
mean,
for the studio to have faith in him, I'd love for him to like return that with a great movie.
yeah, I mean, ideally it's at the very least as good as the what he put out previously. So if that's the bar, like that's already,
Uh, the
from what
series
I've heard
debuted
and
in only
seen, pretty solid.
2022. I forgot. I thought that was like. I thought it was way long ago. It's only been 4 years. I guess a lot's
No
happened in four
way.
years. That
Yeah,
feels
I
like I was
guess.
still like in high school when I first like was hearing about it. Whatever. We're old. But yeah, hopefully that's good. That's all the way in May 29th, so the last weekend of this month. But to go back a little bit further, which is in what day is it today? This is the 7th. So in like 2 weeks, basically, we have the Mandalorian coming out on the 22nd. I don't know. I don't know if it'll be good. I'm somebody that's watched the Mandalorian since it came out, and I think the first season is pretty decent. I'll say it's pretty good, and then second season I remember being good, and then it just becomes the same thing as it goes on,
Yeah.
and not super compelling, and also not the most like I don't know. It doesn't hook you to the point where you're like, oh, I really want to see what happens next in the Star Wars universe through the Mandalorian. At least not for me. I know for big fans it does, but should it be a movie? I don't know. The trailer doesn't look that compelling story wise. It doesn't look that interesting, like visually.
Yeah,
Uh,
I mean, I'm excited to see, like, visually it seems like they're having fun. Um, Going back like to puppets and miniatures and all that.
yeah,
Um, it kind of mixing like that cutting edge technology, like the little, I forget what they called it, but the dome blue screen type of
yeah.
thing. Um,
The volume is that
Mixing
what it's
that
called?
with, I think so,
Yeah.
something like that, some arbitrary cool sounding word. Um, but I think it should be interesting to see how that mixes with like the more classic techniques. Um, I am interested overall to see how it looks because I think from the trailers, there's some that works really well, at least for me. Some that looks
Like what?
great,
Which
and some
parts?
like, um,
There's like that ATT Walker falling. That set
yeah,
piece could be cool. Yeah.
yeah. Like if they do it right, which for the most part, like the, I don't know if it's a crate dragon or some other species like coming
Hmm.
out of the water. That seems pretty
Oh yeah.
cool. Um, Even like the part where, um, Grogu's like speeding through on his little
Hmm.
baby carriage through
Yeah.
that city,
That's not
and
bad.
they're like dodging the hollow chest pieces. That seems like it could be interesting. Um, but yeah, more so like cautiously optimistic for that.
I don't know. For me, it just feels like a Disney Plus special that's being put
Yeah,
to theaters.
but
Um, for better or for worse, maybe it'll yeah, could be
yeah, to be fair, I
not bad.
think there was a pretty, like you said, like pretty apparent disconnect with like how they treated the show after a certain point.
Yeah.
Like I feel like most people can kind of see that point, but it feels like at least I could be suckered into the advertising, but the way that like Dave Filoni and John Favreau are talking about it, it seems like something that they were more genuinely excited to
Okay.
portray, which I think if
Yeah.
anything will be very fun at the very least.
I hope it's good, even though I don't think it'll be that great. Cause I don't even know what it's gonna do story wise. The trailer just shows him like fighting different creatures and saying one liners of "I
Yeah.
protect the child" and whatever. But who knows? I think it'll be fine. I'm pretty sure the Star Wars fans will like it, but
Yeah.
will that
I'm
work for
sure I'll like
everybody?
it.
We'll see. Um, Next, that same weekend, and uh, the last of the big theatrical releases we're going to talk about today is Boots Riley's next film, which is I Love Boosters. It's like a crime comedy action with a fun cast of Kiki Palmer. What's his name? Will Poulter's in it.
Will
Um,
Poulter is in it.
Demi Moore's in it. Yeah. Any thoughts? I know
Lakeith
you.
Stanfield, my goat.
Oh yeah,
Don
he
Cheadle's
is.
in it.
Oh really? I didn't know he was
Yeah.
in it. But yeah, Boots Riley makes some interesting movies that I haven't seen, but I just know about. um, But I've heard good things about this movie, and I know you have some excitement for it too. So, what do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm excited. I like Boots Riley. I had two college professors. I have a I don't remember if I've said it, but my minor is video and film production, and so I had two classes for that minor where like the professors were pretty into Boots Riley, and so like one of
Hmm.
them we watched Sorry to Bother You and like talked about it a lot in class,
Yeah, I've heard
and
that's.
I quite like that movie.
Yeah, I've heard it's pretty good.
It's very much up my alley in terms of like humor and editing style and like a very heightened um, sort of like uh, what's the word, like vibrant
Hmm.
movie. And then also another class where we read a lot of Boots Riley's like um, interview transcripts and writings and stuff, and he seems like a pretty fun, interesting guy. And I mean,
Yeah, the
I'm down to
way
see what this looks like.
the word that you might have been looking for, I just looked up what the plot is on Google, but they say it's a surreal crime comedy.
Yeah, very surreal.
Yeah, so and that's what Sorry to Bother You is too. Not instead of crime, it's like just a
Yeah, it's
comedy
more so
drama.
like
Yeah,
yeah,
but I hope it'll be fun. The cast is fun. The director seems to be fun, even though I've never watched his stuff. But
he's got that
uh,
huge hat.
yeah. Some other people in the cast I didn't mention: Alexa Demi from Euphoria. People like her. Isa Gonzalez. She's in a lot of things. Naomi Aki from Mickey 17 and
Yeah.
Sorry Baby. She's great. So yeah, hopefully that's good. Do you remember everything I talked about? Because I'm gonna ask you now. What do you think will be the best of all of those movies I said for this month?
Of all the ones you said,
Also,
the best or my favorite?
I'll first say this. Also, I think early critics have already been able to see I Love Boosters, and it's at 94 on Rotten Tomatoes. So
Ooh,
there's
fun.
that too. Yeah. You could do what you think will objectively be the best, and then you could say what your favorite will be.
Okay, I think of those that you mentioned, the best either um ooh, that's tough. I feel
What are you
like
choosing between?
Sheep Detectives just cuz I really hope that it's the best movie ever.
I honestly, yeah,
Um
sure.
I think Sheep Detectives and Backrooms have very
Mm,
strong
yeah.
um very strong chances. I think Backrooms specifically, like for what I have heard from my friends who all like horror, that I respect their opinion.
Mm.
Um, they talk about how like it's a very elevated form of like, um, I mean these are people that watch like tons of short films that are
Oh, okay.
supposedly better than every horror movie that's come out. So the very pretentious people, but they say like it reaches a new kind of level of like
Okay.
unsettling,
Like
I guess.
creepiness, yeah.
Yeah,
Cause the thing I like
which
about it, it's not just what's it called, jump scares,
yeah,
and like the usual like whether it's gore or super. I mean, it is like supernatural, but like witchcraft and like
and I'm
demons
pretty
and
into like that sort of mystery or like
yeah,
more I guess kind of surreal in its own way.
yeah,
Um, but like I mean that's why I like Severance a lot. I really
mm,
like
yeah. It's like horror based in quote unquote reality or just based in like our imagination rather than things
yeah,
that have been
it's like
deemed scary in popular media. So interesting enough, I think that's the one I would choose as to at least what I hope is the best objectively. Um, like not being a horror guy, but I think just knowing like where the guy Kane Parsons came from, like just putting it on YouTube to now getting a full feature film, and it being all his own ideas still, and him being the creative director
yeah.
behind everything. I would hope that to be great. And then personal favorite, yeah, probably either Backrooms or Sheep Detectives. I'll join in on the fun. Um, if it's if Sheep Detectives ends up being my highest rated movie of May, I will give both of y'all $5.
Okay, I like that.
I'll
I'll
just
take
say
that.
that. Um, yeah, and
I,
then I haven't seen any of Boots Riley's stuff, but if I Love Boosters is pretty good, that'd be fun too.
yeah, I think that'll probably be a front runner, just based off vibes for what I prefer.
All right, cool. That's all the big releases for May. But the reason that me and Osiris are up at 6 a.m. and 4 a.m. respectively is because a couple weeks ago, or maybe even a month now, I forgot how long it's been. We got reached out to on Instagram by this Australian filmmaker by the name of Brant Kakulis. I sorry if I mispronounce it. But he told me about a project that he worked on, um, where they made a short film. It's 30 minutes long. It's like a crime drama, little short film, and they had no prior film experience, no formal film training, and they had a budget of $2,000, $3,000, and they just wanted us to check it out. And if we were compelled enough to, help promote it, um, I guess he found our Instagram or our reels somehow, even though at the time we had like 20 followers. And I was like, I
We're
don't know if we can
popping.
help you. I was
We
like,
made it.
I don't know if we can help you, dog. We have like even our own friends don't be watching stuff that we're posting. Um, but he was like, oh no, it's fine. Like, and then he was also like, I don't want this to be ad. I just want you guys to be honest. So, yeah, we're just gonna talk a little bit about it, make a reel for him because, at the end of the day, it's just cool to help promote, artists, especially indie
Oh yeah.
artists. And I think, I mean, as we'll talk about it, just to sum it up, I think him and his partner in directing it, his name is Zach Dakis. I think they have a talent, and if they are able to, expand on this experience, I think it'd be cool to like one know them from where they started, and then to see them, eventually make something bigger. So yeah, it is going to be on Apple TV and YouTube Movies today, May 8th. But just to talk about what it's about, Osiris, would you like to be the one in charge of doing that? I don't
For
want to do
this?
it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Just give us
fine.
a brief run through of what it's about, buddy.
Yeah, so um it's like a little crime thriller drama type of thing. Um
Set in
where
London.
basically, yes, it takes place in London, and it's following this like group of undercover cops. They're trying to infiltrate this drug trade, and it kind of just goes into it from there.
Yeah,
It's a
that's pretty
pretty
much it. When Jonathan, well, when I read the plot to both of them, Jonathan was like, just looks like typical Amazon crime plot. Which to be fair, like that is a lot of this kind of content, but beyond the plot, there's some interesting stuff. Cause you know when it comes to undercover cop infiltrating, you know how the story is gonna go, for the most part. Um, but we'll save some spoilers. But I think the short film, uh, does some interesting stuff filmmaking wise that I think we want to talk about more. So yeah, Osiris, what would you say you liked about it?
I think immediately, like especially knowing they had no prior experience, I was really impressed by like the shot choice and like the framing of everything. Um, I think all of the, especially like those intro cinematic shots, were all very pleasing to look at. It really set the tone for the movie. It like pretty easily made it have more like weight to it,
Mm-hmm.
right off the bat, which was fun.
Yeah. The So I had seen the trailer when he reached out to us, and I was like, this doesn't look that bad. Like, not that I assumed it would be bad, but like no training, low budget. I was like, will this look just like student filmy? And then I saw the trailer, and I was like, I'm impressed with how this looks, and that's exactly what Osiris said. As soon as the movie starts, there's this cinematic weight to it, and how it's shot, and how it feels that you're definitely going into something that's more than just like a student film.
Yeah.
And that is more than just like low budget schlock. Like it,
Yeah.
like I said, the budget's like $2,000, $3,000. There's some shots in this that'll make you really be like, really? That's all they spent on
Yeah.
this? And I know the description on the website that he gave us to watch it. It says like they called in favors, but I'm like, what favor can you call to film like a whole house being burned down and like have a fire scene? But yeah, uh, that was one of my favorite shots, and I agree that I think they for sure have a talent in terms of how to frame things, how to shoot some cinematic things. What were your thoughts on uh, writing, dialogue, how the plot goes, just the overall feeling that you had by the end of it? Yeah,
I think the plot in general was fairly solid. I mean, like you said, it's a not necessarily unsaturated market of like
yeah,
detective crime thriller dramas.
yeah.
Um, but it was interesting and fresh enough to keep me interested. Um, One of the things that Jonathan had said while we were talking about it is like I would really be interested to see what they did if they had more runtime to explore it,
Mm-hmm.
and I agree with that. Like the kind of skeleton that they structured in terms of like world building for these specific characters, I think was a pretty strong like showing at the start.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think dialogue wise, it there's a lot of highs in terms of like comedic writing,
Yeah,
but it's like a little, I don't know what the word would be. Maybe like a little choppy.
yeah.
Um,
There could
and
definitely be
like
some refinement for sure. I was gonna go
yeah,
more into it when we talk about like what I think they can improve on from this experience, but I was gonna say I think like there are some moments where the dialogues were in where like there's weight to it. I think the second half of the movie is pretty
yeah, I
good.
agree.
Um, but I think from where the tone starts to how they establish that first little scene of the undercover cop getting into the bar that he will be infiltrating, um, where basically it's like a little bit of like a more intimate character moment. That's where I feel like it can get a little there can be a lot of improvement, I would say. But in terms of the main emotional points that they want to hit by the end, I think it's written well enough. Would you agree?
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
100%. I
Yeah.
think especially like kind of touching on what you were saying. I think it's easy for small budgets or like first time projects like this to be uninspired, but I definitely don't think that that's the case
Yeah.
here. Like you could tell there's like an intentionality and like a real effort behind it,
Yeah.
and I think it shows through the work, which
Yeah.
is very important.
Because as much as like I was saying, like you can see like where they can improve and where things might not be as refined or as like professional, quote unquote. You can sense that there is like a genuine effort in trying to make compelling dialogue, cool shots, cool frames. Um, so yeah, I don't know if there's much to say beyond that. Um, there's not really. I guess to say some spoilers. Um, One of the emotional points later on is related to the drug kingpin's like sister, and why the drug kingpin wants to get out of the industry or the whatever you would call it. And I think that aspect of the story is pretty good. Um, I think his performance is pretty good. There's a there's like a little, well, how would I describe him? Like nerdy, geeky roadside assistance character. I think he's pretty
Yeah,
great.
like
um, yeah.
a ticket guy.
um, yeah,
Yeah, I thought he was fun.
and I think, like I said, there's some cool shot choices, like little transition frames and or transition shots, and Jonathan is more the expert on the terminology on all these things. But like I said, I think they for sure have a talent on the filmmaking side, and I think what Osiris and Jonathan mentioned, where if they get the 90-minute version of this with more writers to help edit, the dialogue with more trained actors and a bigger budget to expand upon, these core ideas that I think are pretty decent. I think they'd have a pretty decent movie on their hands.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anything else you want to add?
I think, yeah, just kind of wrapping up what we said together. I think, it's a very clear, like, they had an idea and they executed it, and I think they executed it, to what is probably exceeding what they had expected.
Yeah.
So I think
And
that's super exciting.
I think just to remember, no training, $3,000
Yeah,
budget,
exactly.
and I think their final product is pretty great for that. So yeah, like I said, this isn't an ad. They're not paying us to do this. I was honestly pretty surprised, both because again we have very little following, but also that, I mean, obviously as a filmmaker you want to get as many voices spreading your movie. But yeah, I just want to say kudos to them for being confident in their work and being able,
Yeah,
or wanting
absolutely.
to reach out to anybody who would be willing to say something. So yeah, this is not an ad, but go and help support them because I think they're cool. My correspondence with Brant was pretty nice on Instagram. He wished me a good wisdom tooth surgery, so shout outs to him. But yeah,
That's
it'll
out.
be on Apple TV and YouTube Movies today, May 8th. So I don't know if it'll cost money, but if you want to help support them, I encourage it. It's just
Yeah, check it out.
a decent 30 minutes. So yeah, that's pretty much our episode today. Like I said, mini episode. It's 6 a.m. Oh
It
man,
sure is.
my health, man. Anyways, uh, we will be back with a proper episode at some point. Maybe after Sheep Detectives, after we're all blown away with
Oh yeah.
the leading contender for
10-hour
best
episode.
picture of the year. um, but yeah, we'll be back soon. But to just do our usual, anything that you've been watching recently, Osiris, that you've liked, whether it's movies,
I
YouTube.
started watching One Piece, which I told you
Oh
about.
yeah, shout
And I mean,
outs.
like I told you, I think a lot of people kind of, maybe in retaliation of it being so long, give it flack on the early episodes, but I like what I'm
Yeah,
seeing so far. I think it's pretty solid.
I think
Um,
if you're somebody that loved Avatar, like The Last Airbender growing up, and you just want to see like a group of friends slowly grow in their abilities and their friendship and explore a world, I think One Piece is great.
yeah, it's very, from
Yeah,
what I could tell so far,
and
very Atla vibes.
when it starts off, it's pretty simple, and then the more the story goes on, you realize how complex the world is. I won't spoil too much, but yeah, there's a reason it's on the Mount Rushmore of animes, and why Luffy's considered like one of the goats. I will say though, in terms of a really super 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 compelling arc, it's in the 200s. So might take a little while, but I will say I enjoyed everything prior. Don't get me wrong. I just think
We'll
like
see.
there's an arc in the 200s where I'm like, oh, this is like another level compared to what we've seen, and then it falls off a little bit again, and then by 400, by the 400s, it's consistently pretty good. Um, but yeah, shout outs to Oda, the creator. He's still going strong.
That's how.
And yeah, I mean, it's a good time to get into it. It's gonna end relatively soon, because now the One Piece is confirmed to be to be written and done, and what's it called? And also now there's the live action, and they're doing the remake on Netflix in terms of reanimating it, that it's more modern, whatever.
It's a big time for One Piece.
Yeah. So, but yeah, you can buy the new Lego set too. That's another thing.
I'm good off that. Uh, maybe 400 episodes from now. We'll see.
Yeah. So, for me, I think when I originally started this podcast, it was going to be half basketball, half movies, and then I was like, you know what? I don't even really like basketball anymore. So I'm gonna just do movies. But this NBA playoffs has been pretty great. And I've texted some friends like it's actually getting me back into watching basketball again. So that's what I have. It's been pretty fun. LeBron is still going strong. I want the Spurs to do well. There's been a bunch of Game 7s. Just some good stuff. But yeah, that's it for me.
I also
Cyrus?
forgot to mention.
Oh, what's up?
Or I was going to mention earlier. I've been watching lots of Melee.
Yeah.
Melee is popping off right now.
Smash in general, too. Ultimate just had a recent Japanese tournament. MKLeo was still the GOAT. He didn't win, but he's still the GOAT. Yeah.
My GOAT.
Did you see the new Star Fox game?
Oh my gosh, I was literally watching that.
Why
right
do they
now.
look like
what
that?
Is this?
Why do they look like that?
It's
I don't know why
odd.
they look like Chuck E. Cheese mascots, but like the old version of Chuck E. Cheese. And I don't know why that's the art style they chose. It's like
Yeah, I don't know.
there's people in the comments that like are defending. They're like it's a callback to like how the original art looked like. But I'm like, you also don't need to make it look like that.
Yeah.
Which is a shame because people were looking forward to a Star Fox game for so many years. And who knows? Maybe the game will be great, but the art style just looks pretty. Which is weird too, because they just had him in the new movie, and
Yeah,
he has that.
I thought
look
that
to
looked
him.
good. He had
I don't
like
know.
that very stylized part of the
Whatever.
scene, like the anime style.
Whatever. Another game that I'm looking forward to, the Lego Batman game comes out May 22nd. That'll be fun.
Oh yeah.
Okay. At this point, I'm just rambling. But yeah, we'll see you guys in probably a week, couple weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Who knows? We'll get there when we get there.
400 episodes of One Piece from now. We'll see you.
Oh yeah, me and Osiris have a bet.
Back.
Me and Osiris have a bet that if he if he surpasses me before I'm able to catch up, I'm on like episode 673. I think that's the exact number, and he's at what, 4?
6 actually.
Okay, he's at 6. So if he somehow surpasses me before I catch up to the show, I owe him $100.
Yup.
Which gives me motivation to start
do.
getting on that. So, Jocelyn, if you're watching this, I know y'all have a bet for $1,000. So, and y'all shook on it, so I'm holding you true to that.
And she's gonna pay up, and Isaac too.
Shout out to our friends.
About to make $2,100 in 5 years.
But anyways, that's our episode today. Little mini one. Cyrus, end us off by your song of the episode.
Yes, my song of the episode, "I Believe in Love" by Tyler Ballgame. Go listen to it. It speaks for itself.
If you what's the genre we're looking at?
It's very like, I don't know. It's like alt indie type.
Okay.
I don't know. Like the whole album is very akin, because I've been recently listening to like Wilco and Sufjan Stevens, and like sort of that mixed with like
Never heard of
a little older like classic alt rock, like The Band.
Oh, okay. So it's like live stuff.
Judy Still. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, if you want to check that out, it'll be in the playlist in the description below. Yeah, that's all I have to link in the description. I was going to say I could link the movie, but I don't think I can do that. Because it's going to be on Apple TV and YouTube Movies. Yeah, and Osiris said if you like the song, he recommends the whole album. So,
yes, the whole album is great. I think it's a excellent 40-minute album, no skips, good times.
Oh, also probably should have said at the start, we're back on YouTube. We have the account again. We're not gonna break that. We're not gonna log in at different states anymore, or else Google will get very, very mad. But yeah, we're back on YouTube. So if you're watching this, thank you guys. Yeah, it was a cool little. Well, I don't know how long this was. 30 minutes, 40 minutes.
I have 40 minutes on my end.
Cool little mini episode.
Less.
Anyways,
Yeah.
That's all. Goodbye. What does Jonathan say?
Goodbye.
Watch more movies. All
Watch
right.
more movies.
Goodbye.